What's happening, friends? Welcome back once again for another week to the Laser Design 1 Hour Rayjet Challenge. I think I say that slightly differently each week. My name is Don. I am the consumables manager for Trotec Canada. I've been with Trotec for about 2 years. It'll be 2 years in December, and I am planning to celebrate with a laser cut cake topper. Just to my
Made in an hour.
It made it an hour. Just to this side of me is Miguel Machado, our very talented in-house graphic designer, laser designer. I mean, what do you tell people? How do you describe your job at like parties and stuff?
I'm a laser teacher. That's what I do. Everybody is like, "What? What do you mean laser teacher?" No, I'm an application specialist. I mean, getting there. I'm an application something, but I'm getting to the specialist part, right? And I teach people when they buy a laser how to use or software and how to use that with the graphic design software. So, yeah, laser teacher.
He makes it sound easy, but keep in mind, you see him do some really cool stuff every week on the 1 hour challenge. You should definitely, if you're interested in learning, particularly if there's a tricky technique that you want to learn on the laser, definitely get in touch with Miguel here at Trotec Laser Canada or with your local Trotec and seek out some training. These guys are really, really knowledgeable and they can tell you a lot of stuff. Good morning from Minnesota to Pam. That's very happy to have you with us. Zaid, very happy to have you back. I imagine if you're just jumping in the chat, by all means, definitely reach out, say hello, let us know where you're watching from. I imagine there's probably some people who might be watching for the very first time this week. So really quickly, let me give you a rundown of sort of how the design challenge works. Basically, starting in a few minutes here, we are going to give Miguel a product, essentially, the sort of product that you might do if you were planning to use a Rayjet for your own business. But I mean, they vary between small projects, large projects, all sorts of different things. But, it's kind of a random product or project each week. Hi, Amy. It's very good to see you again. Good afternoon from the UK, if I'm not mistaken. I want to highlight, yes, thank you. Okay. Amy's a return viewer. We love Amy. So, yes, we're going to have Miguel do a product for us. He's going to do sort of a version that he's prepared in advance. Just to kind of show you guys what his sort of design process might be if he was approaching, the problem for the first time. And then from there, we're going to solicit some ideas for themes for you guys, and we are going to throw him a curveball. And this week, it's going to be pretty loosey-goosey. We want you to come up with some themes that might be colorful, that might be fun. But this week, you're going to be making earrings. Yep. So come up with something that you would like to see as an earring. I'll keep what Miguel's going to do for the first version of the product here as a surprise that he can reveal for you. But it's pretty cool. It's got a good little story around it. But come up with some colorful, fun themes, things you would like to see if you were at a store looking for an acrylic earring. And we'll kind of get to that probably in the kind of second 2/3 of the show. But we've got some great people tuning in. Timothy, very happy to see you. Samad, thank you so much for watching. Miguel, do you want to tell us a little bit about where the idea for what you wanted to do today came from? I mean, we've wanted to do jewelry in general for a little while, but today's theme is kind of special.
Yeah, I wanted to do jewelry for a while, yes. However, I was like postponing it a little bit because I want to do something interesting, and there's so many types of jewelry that you can make with different kinds of material, right? So today, for instance, we're going to use only acrylic, and you can do some cool wood earrings and necklaces, bracelets, and stuff like that, right? With hinges. And we were looking for a way to kind of categorize everything, like do one by one, Very cool. So I decided that I was going to do this because this was our first trial run, right? Like our first design trial run kind of thing between me and Dawn. It was a request from my wife. She asked me to do an earring for her. And I was like, okay, I would try it. So this was completely done in like 30 minutes, the design. And the cutting times were like 10 minutes. So I'm going to show you guys what it is. It's kind of complicated. So I wanted to, normally I start the stream doing like a design from scratch, right? A simple design, and then getting your thematic suggestions and whatever. This time I'm going to do a design that I did before. And you got to believe me that I did that in less than an hour.
I watched it happen. But, I can vouch for that.
But this one I had to do from scratch. I had to actually vectorize everything, and wasn't complicated, but it takes some work, right? So I'm trying to show you guys something more specialized and more niche, right? That you might be able to sell for way more than a simple earring. And after that, I can do whatever you guys want, right? Just shoot at me with the theme, and I'll hit go. All right. So
Really quickly, before you start, I want to just pop up this comment here really fast, just for the schedule. So we do this stream on Wednesdays every week. We start at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so where we are local in Toronto, Ontario, but basically 5 minutes ago. You can also catch at the same starting time on Fridays every week our laser jam sessions, where we have kind of a more business-themed sort of webinar. And then also, if you visit troteclaser.com and sign up for our newsletter, you will get all of the e-blasts and emails and stuff that will tell you when all of our other webinars and live stream seminars and stuff will be going up. We've got some cool stuff planned for the next few weeks here, so we hope you guys will stay tuned.
Yep. So shall we begin?
Yeah, I think so. Let's do it.
All right. And before I start showing you guys anything, start like cooking up a theme that you want me to do, because this one I have to make it fast, right? So we don't lose too much time. I'm also going to show you guys how to assemble an earring. I believe, well, some people might already know. I didn't. I had to learn like last week, right? So yeah, it could be cool to show that as well. All right, so I'm going to share my screen on this. Okay, so this is the design. The piranha plant from Mario Bros. World or whatever. Like, I believe most of you know a piranha plant when you see one, right? But so this is, I believe, it's copyrighted material, right? So
Yes.
for us, I don't believe that there's no problem to show you and do a project like that. But for you guys, you might be like want to be a little more careful when you're doing something that is copyrighted, right? I believe that there's some like leeway when you're doing something as a homage, right? Celebrate, yeah, to whatever you're doing. But anyway, this is just a titty bit that I want to show you there. So this is what I did, right? There's one overall design here, like contour, and I separate everything else by pieces, right? So I have the mouth, I have the teeth, I have the tongue, and I have the little holes here. I have the head. I don't know what the name of this thing
Like
is.
stem. The stem, I guess.
The stem. Yes, exactly. The stem, and it's like some engraving here, and you have the vase, right?
Yes.
So each one of them in separate piece, because this is going to be inlaid. So you guys are not only going to see like a 4-color design that is also an earring, but it's also inlaid, right? So this is really complicated to cook up in your head at the beginning, but it's going to be fun, and it's honestly easier than it looks, right? So to begin with, we have to print this one, because this one's going to be the base, right? And I believe last week, Don? The tags, the luggage tags, what was it, right?
That was last week, yeah.
Last week for Canada Day, we did some luggage tags, and I had to inlay the maple leaf, right? So what I did was I cut a piece of ADA with 3M on it, and I was putting gluing on top of it. This is exactly what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to cut a piece of ADA with 3M, and believe me, 3M is amazing when it comes to gluing things.
Yep.
You put that on the wall, and it's going to be stuck there forever.
So because we have some big pieces of acrylic on the wall in the showroom that I do not want.
So this one is going to be the first cut, and later I'm just going to be cutting acrylics that I'm going to be kind of assembling like a puzzle on top of it, right? And then make the actual earring. So let's go.
One thing I should mention, just as Miguel gets started here, is so this design, when I watched him make it, is, I mean, similar to some of the pieces he did for the luggage tag last week, is broken down from a vector he found online. So that video for the luggage tags that shows the inlays, I mean, you'll get to see him do it again here right now, but shows the inlays and the breaking down of a vector are both on our YouTube channel. So definitely check that out after the stream today if you're interested. And also you'll probably see him do it again, I think, when we get to the themes in the second half of the show. So, stay tuned.
So in this case, I have a new material here, but this is for 3mm acrylics, right? Now, if I cut this with the ADA, it will probably bubble in the back. It's probably going to burn a little bit, right? So I'm cutting 75% power and 0.6 speed. I'm going to cut now at 70% power and 1% speed. I believe this will cut the ADA pretty easily.
When you're coming up with settings like that, is that based off of trial and error? Is it based off of sort of personal experience? Is it kind of a mix of both, or?
It is personal experience, honestly. Oh, we got
a question here from Kim. Also, she's just wondering what program you were using. So the program for the laser we'll get to obviously in a minute, but you're using Illustrator, I assume, to put this piece together. Adobe Illustrator.
Yes, I use Illustrator, but you can use anything, honestly. Let me change the camera to Rayjet, if you guys want.
Sure.
And
not a silly question at all, by the way, Kim. That's something that we get a lot. With the laser software at Trotec, you can use whichever design software is most comfortable for you. So whether it is, we get a lot of Inkscape, CorelDRAW, Illustrator, Photoshop, whatever it might be. They're all, they're all perfectly compatible with the Trotec lasers.
So can you put the Rayjet camera? I'm behind the laptop, so I'm not seeing anything.
Nope, you're good.
All right. So this is an ADA, right? Both sides it's a plastic, a very thin plastic, and both sides are red. But one of them has 3M. And just like last week, I'm going to take the 3M. Actually, I don't need, right? Because last week I did a kiss cut. In this case, I don't actually need to make a kiss cut because, well, the pieces will fall into place. So I can cut on the top side and then remove it later.
Yes.
Right? And back to it and just hit go.
So what Miguel's mentioning there too, in case you hadn't seen last week, because he was laying other colors on top of the sort of sticky side of the material, he did what's called a kiss cutter. It's a really, really gentle cut of the material. And that way, because he could see his design sort of outlined using that gentle cut, he knew exactly where to place all of the top layers.
Yes. Oh, actually, I was wrong. I have to flip this, right?
Oh yeah, you have to mirror it.
Yeah, I have to mirror it. Yes. See? Oh, it cut properly, didn't burn in the back. So the only thing that I messed up was that I need to.
So that was our test run for the settings. That was our settings run, and it worked out great.
Exactly.
This is why I never we have customers ask us about settings all the time. We still have to experiment here all the time. That's why we recommend, we have a great video on our YouTube channel that shows you how to use a matrix to get, to test a lot of different settings at once on your laser. But also, don't worry about having to do trial and error. Obviously you don't want to waste material wherever possible, but it's something that we still have to do as well almost every day, especially when we're working with something that's new.
Exactly. And believe me, like I said, this was the first test that we made. So this was what, 2 months ago? Something like that.
Yeah, just about now. How long have we been doing this stream already?
Almost 2 months. Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. This is one of my favorite things to do each week, you guys. I'm so glad to get to spend this with all our friends here online.
All right. Now we have it done properly. The other way around. And, all right. So I'll remove this later. Right. Is this thick enough? I hope it is, honestly.
So this will be the backing of your earring to hold all the pieces together. Am I understanding that right?
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
So now I'm going to send the other pieces, right? And again, separate them. Always separate them, right? So I'm going to start with the red, right? So I need this part here.
Miguel?
Yes?
Can you share your screen with the Illustrator screen on it? When we share your screen, we just see the StreamYard.
Really?
Yep.
Weird. Okay. Can you guys see that?
Awesome. Thank you, brother. That's perfect.
All right. So there's some little holes inside of it, right? This is to show through the red part. But should I start with the red or should I start with the white? Let me think. Yeah. And guys, keep cooking up some cool ideas there because honestly, I want this to be actually done, both. Right. So yeah, I'm gonna do red now.
Perfect. So
I gotta do all
what
these
helped
holes
you to what make that decision? So how would you how are you layering the different pieces sort of in your head?
Just to like everything's gonna be in the same layer, but to me, it's more about what will be easier to start with and reference everything else, right?
Right, of course. Okay. So if you have the red part in there, you can use it as a reference for all the other inlays and stuff that you have to do.
Yes. So this thing here actually might be a little too thin, and I will hope that it doesn't break. Make that. Oh, actually, there's another red part, right? The mouth. Yes. So Ctrl Z here. Do all this stuff. Like I said, doing the design was actually easy. Now separating it for cutting and engrave is the tricky part.
To make it a little more tricky, I have a quick question for you from the chat from Missy, who asks about the settings for the kiss cut. So when you're doing settings for a kiss cut, is there sort of a general,
Normally do 10% of the cut power that I'm using to actually cut through the material, 10 to 20% at most. So if you're cutting with 70%, 80% power, you go to 10, like 12%, and you're gonna do a good kiss cut.
Gotcha. Okay. So your speed can still be high. It's just a matter of cranking your power way, way down.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha.
All right, second part. Ready to go. I put the the other acrylic now. Now, I hope the pieces don't fall off the
I think it'll be
honeycomb.
fine, buddy. I think it'll be fine.
I don't know. There's very small pieces, so.
Well, and this is the thing too. One of the challenges I assume with the earring, like you were sort of even saying with the piece at the top there, you're hoping wouldn't break, is that size, right? It's this principle we always talk about. We're creating something readable, but something that's also earring size, something that's feasible for as an earring kind of thing, right?
Exactly. And honestly, I believe the design itself is quite big for an earring. So, ladies, help me out with that because I don't know if I made it too big, but I think it's 2 inches high. Right? Oh my God. See?
Well, and in this particular case, you sort of had to default to something that was a little bigger in order that the character was readable, right?
Yes. Can I pass this thing through here? Holy. So small. Yeah, that's exactly it, right? So because of that, I think it can.
So
Right.
Miguel has some jewelry making sort of kits and wire that he's going to use to sort of finish off the earring that we're not really used to working with. I have to be honest.
Exactly, like making jewelry. So I'm gonna remove the honeycomb. I don't know if you guys are seeing this here.
Yeah,
That's my
yeah. I've got your screen up. You just keep working, brother. I got you covered from the back end.
Okay. One of the pieces fell down, right? The mouth piece. So, all right.
I just want to quickly address. So we had a question here about embossing stamps. That is something that Miguel and I don't often get to work with, but we have a great video on our YouTube channel about stamps specifically. I think we're going to be able to possibly share that really quickly. But either way, definitely check out our YouTube channel because we have some really, really great stuff on there for most. Yes, here it is exactly featuring the. We get to work with Jason every day. He's such a nice guy. You guys should absolutely. If you find value out of this email or out of this video, pardon me, out of this email, you should email Jason and let him know how much you appreciated it. He runs the marketing side for our Trotec arm of the business, which does all of our stamps. I am way off topic, but I really like this video. It helped me learn a lot about sort of the other side of the business. But yes, absolutely check out our YouTube channel. Check out this stamp video. It is fantastic. You can find it on the channel, and we can see if we can link it in the description when we post the VOD to YouTube. But
all right, so time for the white part.
Let's do it.
This is white satin, right? Satins. Yep. I don't know how to pronounce it.
There's I believe you have a white satins, and then you also have an ice blue Tro glass color gloss. By the way, we had some comments last week about the materials we were using, so I just wanted to. These are kind of the basic materials that Miguel has been equipped with this week. You guys can search these up on our web store, which is listed there at the end, the engraving-supplies.ca. We won't keep this up for the whole stream, but if you search up one of these basic sort of categories, you'll find all the different colors and things that we're fortunate enough to get to choose from each week.
Play. So you guys can see it's a little bit hard to separate, but the cutting times are like 20 seconds, so it's pretty fast to actually make it, then to design it. Just like cook up how you're gonna cut the design. That can be a little bit complicated for a first timer.
That actually is another one of the benefits of working on a project like this. I hadn't realized, is because the Rayjet is so quick and the files are so small. Hold on, show that one more time. Sorry, it was a little blurry.
You guys see?
Yeah, that's so cool. Awesome.
It's coming together. So,
I have a question here from Gabriel. Gabriel, I would refer you, for this particular question, I would refer you probably to our Friday Laser Jam stream. We have a couple of our laser sales guys on that stream who would be able to answer that question a lot easier for you. If you're referring to the precious metals, it's kind of hit or miss. It's kind of tricky. I would probably direct that to our Laser Jam panel on Friday, starting at 11 Eastern Standard Time, same as this stream. It's a really great stream, particularly if you're starting a small business that's sort of laser oriented. It's really, really, really good stuff. It helped me learn a lot, actually. Just out of curiosity, Miguel, when you're doing the smaller pieces here that have engraving included in them, are you sort of preparing them for laser processing any differently than you're doing with the smaller pieces here, where you're just having to cut them? I assume it's just a matter of breaking them, into colors in a slightly different way.
Yeah, in this case here, since I'm using different colors, I don't have to think too much about that, right?
Right.
But if I was using the same color and I wanted different shades, I would probably have to set up different ways, right? For the stamp, for instance, I'm using, what's the name of this thing? It's new, right? Forgot.
Which one? The pastels?
Yeah, the pastels. So
That's
I'm using the pastels.
Yeah.
So the pastels actually give me a very good kind of comic color to finish up the Rayjet Manager.
The actual plant itself.
Yeah.
You're just about to hit 20 minutes, but I think you're going to come in in a really good amount of time here.
Yeah, it's actually close to finished. I just hope that this thing doesn't break. The thing where you
pass the jewelry part through?
Yes, it's kind of too small.
He's not talking about the Rayjet.
Yeah.
I just wanted to pass along this comment to you from Kim here, Miguel, where she says, you have no idea how relieved I am to see that even experts have technical issues. We're very new to the laser engraving business, but I appreciate all the efforts. Yeah, Kim, that's very sweet of you, and thank you so much for watching and tuning in. Believe you me, this is only a small glimpse into, I think part of, look, I don't do nearly as much making and designing as Miguel does, so I would defer to him on this for sure. But, part of the fun for that stuff to me is some of the experimentation. There's going to be some trial and error, but that can be, part of the learning. There have been techniques and stuff we've stumbled across through mistakes with the lasers. Oh, that's cool.
All right, so last part. Do the vase now, right? Vase, not vase.
Yeah, the flower pot.
The pot, yes.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use metallic gold because
Okay.
I think it's the closest to brown. I want to use wood, but you know what? Let's stay thematic to acrylic. So, let's make acrylic. So I'm gonna use the gold one, just for the bling. Also, Kim, believe me, I have technical issues, not technical issues, but design issues every single day. Every time you're doing something, you think it's too big, you think it's too small, and then after you cut it, you're like, oh my god. Especially for me, that I'm a graphic designer turned applications specialist. What I see on the screen and what is in real life, 2 inches for me, it's, sometimes it's way too small, sometimes it's way too big, and I have to redo it and do it again. So, yeah.
This is a tricky one, especially this kind of design where everything has to work together. I mean, all the different aspects have to lock together at the same sort of ratio, right? So you kind of have to make decisions on how big the head of the plant should be, thinking that, oh, I still have to add the leaves and the stalk and all that stuff.
Exactly. So, as you guys can see here, it's 5 pieces, right? The total amount of pieces to actually finish this thing. So this is the last piece, and I'm going to show you guys how to assemble.
Miguel?
Yes?
As you're walking over to the Rayjet here, really quickly, can you show the stem up close to the camera again, just sort of still, so that we can see it? It was sort of time, but just to show it if you have it handy.
This is what I'm doing. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
All right, the pot was good.
Yeah, you're getting some nice. People like the idea of the gold.
See, another problem. I forgot there was a small cut line on my engraving. So instead of engraved, it became cut. So I got to
don't show that one.
I gotta do it again. So like here on the black part, see, there was a red cut line, and I didn't see that. So I make it none. So now it's just engraving on top of the pot. And I send it again.
Perfect.
Something easily fixable. All right, let's go.
So like Miguel said before, you guys definitely be coming up with some colorful themes that you think would make for a good earring. After this first one is done, maybe we'll pop over to Etsy. We'll see what some of the other sort of comparable earrings might look like, or some inspiration that you might find. But definitely keep in mind some sort of colorful themes, maybe some other flowers, because this is a plant already, or some abstract designs. I mean, you let us know what you want to see, and we'll see what we can do.
Some other flowers.
Yeah, man, like a abstract rose.
Flower that doesn't eat people.
Yeah.
All right, done. You guys see it? Can you guys see it?
Yeah, a little bit closer if you don't mind. Nice. Okay, now you can see the engraving. That's great.
Cool. So I'm gonna change my camera to myself again.
You mentioned that sunflowers are really popular. To do maybe a sunflower design. That's a cool possible theme.
All right, I had to run a little bit here. So 1 piece, 2, 3.
Yes.
It's white, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's actually 2 small red pieces here, but let's say 4, and the stand 5, right? I'll remove the 3M right now, and hope that this thing doesn't break.
It won't break. No problem. You got this.
Oh man, why don't I have nails? All right, so there we go.
Beauty. So that's sticky on the back now.
Yes.
Awesome.
And I'm gonna reference for the earring hole to place my brand plant head. So there you go. It's glued already. First piece.
Awesome.
Okay. So now I'll remove the white part.
That's smart, like you said. So yeah, using the head, it kind of gives you that reference for where all the other pieces have to go.
Yep.
Did you make your tongue?
Is that what?
Did you make the tongue?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So
it's from the red as well.
Second piece glued together.
Nice.
I'm gonna put the tongue now. It's inside.
I have a quick question here. Can you show gluing one piece down on the camera? Is it possible to like stand up and do it in your hand?
Dude, that would be difficult.
It's tricky.
Yeah, it's really small, right? So actually, I need something to.
All good. You know, I think Lev is going to come help you. Cameraman Lev.
All right, I'm nearly finished.
This is that guy you know that Lev is really tall. Is that when Miguel has to look way up?
Okay, guys. Yeah, it's me to show you.
All right.
Yeah. So. Is that good? Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Behind the scenes. Yeah, there's the boy.
All right. So, I'm gonna show this camera. God. So this is the brand plan. Nearly finished, right? Yeah,
Beauty.
great.
That
That's the actual design. Yeah.
turned out so good.
Now we have to actually make an earring out of it, right? So there's this like small jewelry kit here that comes this back. I think it's what, $15 on Amazon. Yeah, $15 is really cheap, and you can make like, I don't know, hundreds of earrings here. So you will need one of these things. You just need to open it, and this one here, like I don't know how to call this thing.
Hi, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. We're really happy to have you here. Today we're making acrylic earrings, but we're going to be coming back to jewelry, I think probably in a few weeks. As Miguel was saying at the start of the stream, there are a lot of different sort of iterations on the jewelry theme that we want to explore.
Okay, so as I said, this is going to be hard.
You got it, brother. You're not even halfway through already.
Okay. Went through. Cool. So is this other stuff here? But then, oh boy.
And now we pierce Miguel's ear.
No.
Jen, yes, absolutely. So there is a backer piece. Miguel mirrored the shape of the entire earring. Yes, that's there exactly. So he mirrored it and removed 3M on the back so that he could stick all the other pieces to it.
Yep, exactly. There's another piece here that's actually the earring part, right? The thing that pierces your ear. Let's open this. Jesus Christ. All right.
Rajiv from India asks if the Rayjet is a good solution for stamp makers. Awesome. Thank you, sir. Yes, the Rayjet actually has an ideal solution for stamp makers. It was kind of, that's one of it was, when it was sort of designed, that was one of its main purposes, actually. The Rayjet is just as strong as any other sort of any other one of our Trotec lasers in terms of its ability to laser process, but because of its sort of small size, you know, it's kind of ideal for stamp makers.
And to close the other side, it comes with like a small plastic thing here. It's really small, so I got to be careful.
All right. Miguel is very busy, but I'm going to read this to him. Oh, I think he sees it. Nicole has a really cool idea as well, that food would be fun to make, like a little fried egg or a little avocado. You could even do like an egg on one ear and then like a fried egg on the other ear or something if you wanted to.
There we go, guys.
That's awesome. Hold on, stop swinging it for 1 sec.
Okay, let me put the other camera now so you guys can see me like head on and see this properly.
Do it.
Thank you, Lev. You're amazing.
Thank you, Lev.
All right, so really close now. I think it would be actually better instead of a red ADA, I use a white ADA. So because it has white spots on the brand plan, not red, right? But besides that, oh my god. Okay, this is an actual earring.
Yeah, that's great.
And if I had my ear pierced, I would show you guys. But just for scale, let me take this out.
Let me get my screenshot ready. Very cool, Miguel. Really nicely done.
I don't know if that's too big, too small. You tell me.
You're getting a lot of very, very nice comments, man. I think it's a really great job.
So I was looking forward to do something fun. Like, it actually was complicated. So this was it. This was it. And I'm going to try to do more and more in the upcoming weeks. So, okay, what's the next thing to do?
So we're, like I say, we got a few cool theme suggestions. Nicole recommended maybe doing food, like a little avocado, a little grilled cheese, or a watermelon, something like that. Kim threw out a really cool suggestion of sunflowers. I think sunflowers is a cool one. Thank you, Kim. That is a really nice comment. I wanted to, while you guys are maybe preparing some other,
I think watermelon slice would be really nice because I have a cool red color here. I have the oh my god, I keep forgetting the name of this thing.
That's okay. That's what I'm here
baby
for.
green. The baby green. I forgot.
Pastels.
The pastels. Yes, the pastel green here. The baby green.
Hey, it is. I mean, look, it's a good color for baby. Like we've been doing some crib signs with it. You should definitely watch our YouTube video on that one. Plug, plug, plug. I wanted to show you guys really quickly before we get started, Miguel, if that's okay. A couple
Yeah,
of
sure.
things that,
Just gonna pick up some materials here.
absolutely, please do. We've got some stuff prepared ahead of time here. We wanted to quickly jump to the Instagram page here for Trotec Canada. We always encourage you guys. One of our regular viewers, Amy in particular, has always, Amy Hill, yes, exactly. Amy has been really good about doing the challenges along with us. And if you guys would like to tag us on Instagram, I mean, first and foremost, you should check out Amy's work because she does great, great stuff and it should not be missed. But, we've had a lot of really, or we're fortunate to have a lot of really, really talented designers and customers who use our machines. And to be honest, we're always more excited to see the work that you guys do than to see the work that we ourselves produce. I mean, we wouldn't be working for Trotec if we weren't more excited about all the stuff that you guys come up with the lasers. So first and foremost, if you get a chance to put something together on your Trotec, or if you watch the Rayjet Laser Design Challenge and you do the challenge yourselves, please post it on Twitter or Instagram, tag us. We'd be very happy to repost you. And check out the other stuff that's already up there. It is some fantastic, fantastic stuff. You will not be disappointed. I wanted to show you guys. Oh, Jen has a good question for you, Miguel. She asks, in the design that you just did you add an offset to each piece to adjust for the curve?
No, you don't need to adjust for curve if you're doing with a back piece to glue on top, which is one of the reasons why it's so easy to do, right?
As opposed to trying to get them to like lock together?
Yeah, if you're trying to lock together, it looks way more professional. It looks really slick. And I mean, you can overcharge for that, but then you have to adjust for the curve. And I believe the curve in the Rayjet is really small since it's I'm using a 1.5 inch lens.
Mm-hmm.
So I think spot sizes are like 0.03 mil, 0.02. It's really small, right?
Missy asked about the pastel in the US. Yes, I do believe they are available, but you can make sure by visiting engraving-supplies.com. Again, I can only really speak to Canada, but my understanding is I believe they should be available, and if not, they will likely be coming soon. But reach out to your local Trotec, let them know you're excited to see them. If it's something that you're excited to learn more about, then by all means let them know. They'll be excited to have them in for you, I'm sure. I put together just a really simple sampling of some acrylic earrings here for you guys. I wanted to show you just before we get started on the second half here. Let me share this little window with you. So these are some of the things that we were looking at for inspiration, and then also just to see sort of what was out there already. There's a lot of, at least in this case, we looked at acrylic earrings specifically. Obviously, Etsy has a lot of different customized earrings. But what I love about a category like this is there's such a spectrum of different things that you can find. I mean, you have something that has somebody's, name personalized directly in it here for about $50, or something as simple as just, like a little heart stud for like $13. By no means am I calling out these particular vendors, but I'm just saying, there's a great breadth of stuff that we can do here. The average price, kind of from scrolling through a few pages, we figured was about $25. So we put together just a really simple little ROI for you guys that I wanted to show you, if that's okay. And again, we've had some great feedback on this, and I really appreciate you guys being, so wonderful about it. It is something that we want to hear if you want to learn more about. Let me just pull it up here. There it is. So, because our materials come in big sheets, at least the acrylics that Miguel is using today come in sheets of about 48 by 24, but he's able to cut them down to 12 by 12s to fit in the Rayjet. And then out of that 12 by 12, he can make, tons of earrings. We wanted to kind of generalize because obviously, again, they vary in size, they vary in different, shape and that sort of thing. So we're clocking the materials for one pair of earrings at about $2. And then your cost of labor, opportunity, the cost of your time, basically, of doing this job instead of another job, we're saying about 10 minutes. Obviously, this is something where if Miguel now wanted to make a ton of those piranha plants, he could just reuse that design over and over and over again. But as you saw on the Etsy page, it doesn't have to be anything super complicated unless you want it to be. We're clocking that out about a total cost of about $9 and an average selling price of $25. So we're talking $16 profit on every earring. The Rayjet leasing cost per month in Canada is about $300. So I mean, if you can make about 19 pairs of earrings or about 3 hours worth of work, that's enough to pay the laser to pay for itself, let's say, while making like a cool, fun project that you'd be excited about. So I mean, if you guys have any more questions about this, definitely ask me. But yeah, we wanted you to know that the Rayjet, like all the other Speedy lasers and Trotec lasers, is here to make you money. Just plug in Ray. So that's the old tagline, and I have a soft spot in my heart for it. Okay, right. Miguel, are we ready to maybe move on to the next design? Yeah. We can start the second 30 minutes here.
Back to the fun stuff. 30 minutes. Yeah. I thought I only have 10, but anyway.
No, so I paused you at 36. So you've got about 25 to 30 minutes left. So are you going food? Is that what we're? Yeah, okay.
And watermelon. So Cole, this is for you. Let's go. Time to make a new one. All right. So new file. It's actually going to be pretty easy. It's going to look good and a few complicated, but it's pretty easy. 18 by 12. This is my bed size, right? So I'm going to create a triangle. So I'm going to do the star tool. Star tool? No, polygon tool. Yeah.
Polygon tool.
And create a three-sided triangle, right? And make a anchor point in the middle, right? Because you can pull down the anchor point and then round it up. Right? Really cool.
Oh, that's really cool. That's a good technique, actually. I would have been in there trying to.
What?
Oh man.
So just kind of fatty.
Just one more time again. Sorry. Just what was that? What was the tool you used there to round out that shape? Did you just add another anchor point using the pen, or?
Yes, just a pen tool, anchor point in the middle of it. Like I didn't use anything special for this thing here.
Gotcha.
I'm going for performance, right? So you can do it way better than what I'm doing. So I think this is good enough.
Looks good to me. Again, the nice thing about this is it's such an iconic thing that it will read very easily for anybody who's interested in, having a watermelon earring.
True.
You know what I like about this suggestion too is it's immediately like fun and iconic and cool, but at the same time, I didn't see anything like it when we looked at the Etsy samples. There was a lot of abstract pieces. There's a lot of like fun, cool, quirky pieces, but I didn't see any food pieces. So,
do you want me to explain what I'm doing?
Please, yeah, I'm watching.
I'm basically creating copies, as you guys can see here. I'm like holding Alt and clicking the side arrow, so it copies, and then I click the arrow back without holding the Alt, so it goes back into place, right? This is a workflow technique. You can make copies really fast, especially if you want to cut them on top of each other. So I have 3 copies here. I'm going to make this one a little bit higher. Got to be a little bit more because, well, this is going to be small, right? So a minus front. So I'm going to take it up. Now this is another shade of blue. And
if your watermelon is blue, please don't eat it.
No. This one is going to be, how do you call it? This intersect, right? Yes. So this one's going to be red. Should be a little lower, a little bit bigger here. There we go. This is the overall shape of what I'm going to engrave, right? So this is going to be cut. This is going to be cut. This is going to be cut, and this is going to be the back piece that will have the 3M. This is basically my design thinking when I'm creating something. Right? Also, we need
seeds.
What? Go ahead.
Seeds.
Oh, not only the seeds, but okay, sure. The seeds are going to be engraved because, well, because I wanted to. This is a good size. This is going to be engraved, but we have to create the, how do I call it, anchor, maybe? I don't know. The thing to put the earring that was very thin when I did the piranha plant. So, look, I would rather do this on a black back piece that I didn't really found it, but you guys, actually, you know what? Wait for me for 2 seconds because I want to do this properly.
Oh no, don't leave right now.
Yeah.
I'm eating watermelon.
Wait, is this double-sided black?
Now it's just you and me, viewers. I want you to know.
No, it's not double-sided.
That's the plan. I did not tell Nicole in advance that she should select watermelon. But it is a refreshing summer treat. And I think it will.
Found it. Yes, I found it. There you go. I was looking for a black ADA. I had a black Trolleys Thins, right? So it's black and white, and the 3M was on the black part, so I couldn't use it. But now I found an actual black ADA. That's cool. So instead of doing engraving here, I'm actually gonna cut.
Do it. Can you share your screen again? Hold on. We lost you. There we go. Perfect.
I'm gonna select all these. The red piece, and
okay.
I'm gonna minus from. So it's actually a cut line, right? Now I need to put the earring thingy here. Last time
that's actually kind of tricky with like the watermelon shape.
Yes. So last time I did it too small. What was the size? The circle.
Thank you, Amy.
Half an inch, right? So I'm gonna do a little bit bigger than that. So
it's a delicious summertime treat.
Yeah. So this one is half an inch again. See how this looks way bigger than it actually will. Yeah, yes. It actually is. So this is actually a good size now. Okay. Oh, here's the overall shape of things. Now I have to make sure that not only the I'm gonna put this to here already as a red cut line. So I'm not accusing myself.
Really quick, while Miguel is breaking this apart for printing, I wanted to show you guys, if he doesn't mind, our web store, and this will be very, very fast. But just for those of you who visit engraving-supplies.ca, if you haven't yet, you definitely should. We've got the pastels now actually 10% off in Canada until the end of the month, which is very, very exciting. But the materials that Miguel is using today are in our acrylic section here. There are all the other materials. I mean, our plastics and other things are listed over here in the laser materials. We have all of our woods and metals and different things. We'll have weeks for these coming up, definitely. But the materials that he's using principally are here in our acrylic section. So he's got some color gloss, including the metallic color gloss. And then he's also got the one he was just using a minute ago, they said, are the pastels. So here are the 6 different pastel colors. And definitely jump on them soon at that 10% off. They are going quickly, so don't miss out.
All right, I think I'm done here. So, no, I'm not. There's also this thing. Oh, actually, I am. I'm not gonna do it again. So this part, okay, let's go. Time to lose. This is a challenge.
You got it.
So this part here will be the back piece, right? So okay. I'm gonna go back to my Rayjet. I'm gonna delete these, because I normally do delete my stuff.
This is the new Rayjet Manager, by the way, guys. So we recently did a launch webinar for this, and I believe it'll be available on our YouTube channel, Lev? Yes, it'll be available on our YouTube channel. So if you missed it, definitely check it out on our YouTube channel and learn all about the Rayjet Manager, because it is a fantastic new addition to the Trotec software library. So
about something, guys. About sizing it. It's going to be way too big, right? So what was the size of this thing?
Here we go. Here we go. Here's the YouTube channel, and here is my business partner. Yes, so you can check it out here. We have all of our playlists here on the homepage, but you can check it out. It's our most recent video, I believe, and it has one of our chief, I believe he's either marketing or gosh, I'm trying to think, a very awesome gentleman from our HQ in Austria named Stefan, as well as our tech director here in Canada, Stephen, and myself and Miguel, taking you through the new software and letting you know how you can upgrade if you currently have the Rayjet, or if you are thinking about purchasing a Rayjet, taking you through all the cool features that you'll have in the software.
Big still, so I'm gonna make it 2 by 2. Oh my god, this is gonna be so small.
I mean, it's earrings, right? That's such a tricky thing. I think it's gonna be great though, man. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Any other little touch that I gotta do before I finish?
You know, about 15 minutes left here, brother.
That's easy.
That's
Really thinking about doing something else after that.
Have you ever heard of, I don't know if this is an urban legend, have you ever heard of the cube watermelons?
No.
Or watermelons.
Canadian, I have no idea what that is.
I think they're like grown in containers that are cube shaped.
Okay.
So once they've fully grown, they're not that like oval, but they're cubes, and then you can stack them more easily in the like grocery store.
Okay.
This has been Don's trivia time.
This one, like they grow that in Saskatchewan?
No, brother. I wish. Again, you guys, I just wanted to say thank you again so much for watching. We have the 1 hour challenge every Wednesday at 11 Eastern Standard Time. You should definitely join us. Lev is doing some fun things on the back end here. We love hearing your themes. Definitely visit. You'll see scrolling across the bottom of the screen here is a bit.ly link that you can to submit your own ideas for the design challenge. And we absolutely reference it every week. We get inspiration from it all the time. We want to hear from you guys. So again, repost on Instagram, tag us on, yes, there you go. There's a QB watermelon. Thank you, Lev. And it's even fancy. See, that's really cool. That's the sort of innovation that we like here at Trotec. I bet you grade one of those.
He got a cube watermelon? What?
Yeah. Oh, he showed a video of a cube watermelon.
Oh, okay. It's like, what?
Yeah. I bet you we could engrave one of these or cut it with a laser. Looks like Daniel from Karate Kid.
Okay. Let's see how it looks. It's actually quite big.
Miguel?
Oh, boy. Yes?
Can you swap your camera there, brother?
I can.
I won't. I can. Thank you, brother. I'm sorry.
Let's see if it's
perfect. There it is.
Right, let's go. I'll get the first piece here. There we go. So I need 2 shades of green, right, for this watermelon. So the base, the back is already done. So I need this one here. This is gonna be the darker green, so it's gonna be the new one. What is the name of the green that you gave me today?
Which one? You have the pastel one, and then you also have a colored off one.
Colored, yeah.
Oh no! You know what you have there is, it's the Satin's fluorescent green, which has a history here at Trotec Canada because it is Lev's absolute favorite acrylic.
What?
And it is Lev's absolute favorite acrylic. The one that you have there is Lev's favorite. We joke about it all the time. He uses it for
everything.
Just about, yeah.
Even the Trotec logo.
I mean, I will say, it's really cool. I mean, he's not wrong. It's a good acrylic.
Dude, he's gonna pick up a fight with me. Green is my favorite color. So, yep.
Just a quick, this is maybe a bit technical, but I wanted to touch on this from the consumable side. All of the materials that Miguel is using today are from our Troglass line. So even though they're all in different colors, different finishes, some of them are metallic, some of them are translucent, some of them are opaque, whatever it might be. They're all the same thickness, and they will all use very, very similar or identical settings. So one thing to keep in mind that's great about using all of one particular line of material is that once you get the settings down for, say, this green, Miguel can use basically the exact same settings for all the other colors, and it'll behave in basically the same way.
Yeah. Make sure that the sizes are correct.
How's it look?
This is quite big piece of watermelon. Yes, it works. It works.
It's alive.
Let's go.
Leave the seeds to last. We can tell people it's a seedless watermelon if we don't get the seeds done.
Oh, the seeds will be done. The seeds are in the background.
Oh,
aha.
Man. 10 steps ahead, brother. Oh, so fluorescent green is Lev's favorite because the edge glows after you cut it. It glows.
What? No, man. No. It looks good, but it doesn't glow. I think Lev was cutting something that was not acrylic. Maybe some radioactive thing. I'm sorry, Lev. Okay, but I'm gonna show you guys. This is how it looks.
Do it.
Can you guys see it?
Yes.
According to him, it glows. You tell me.
I think it has to be backlit, maybe.
Maybe. Sorry. Okay. Let me. Second one. Okay. Third piece. And then we're going to the last one. Whew.
You can hear Miguel is really working hard for you guys.
This is fun.
Agreed. And again, I want you guys to keep in mind, like these small little pieces of material. So the Rayjet is 18 by 12. That little square that Miguel's pulling out of there is 12 by 12. And imagine how many of those earrings he can make from that square. I mean, each one of those squares is 1/8 of the cost of a full sheet. So it's almost, I mean, if you find a design that your customers really love and you can replicate it, you'll be able to optimize using the new software, how many earrings you can get out of that piece of material, and then just absolutely go to town with your production.
Here we go. Last piece.
You can do it, brother. You can do it. 10 minutes left.
So you want to do the cheese?
The cheese? Hey, man, I'm down. If you want to do a cheese, I would never. You got 10 minutes left. I would never hold back your creativity. I think you got this.
Yeah. Cheese with gold? No.
I think you could do cheese with gold. Do
we have a yellow here? Oh, crap.
You have purple?
No. Like the neons, right?
There's
yellow neon here.
There's the fluorescent.
So should I do the sunflower? Like, can I?
This is a great video, actually. If you guys get a chance to check this out, Lev did a recreation of Vimy Ridge with the topographical map. There is the fluorescent green in the back there. You'll see that it's not actually part of this particular project, but he still had it out because it's his favorite. It's a really fantastic project. Definitely check out this video. And if you see anything on the YouTube channel that you think would make for a great 1-hour challenge piece, yes, there it is. So again, yeah, when it's backlit, it does glow. It gives off a beautiful. He always meant to get the fluorescent acrylic, but I think because we have so many great colors of acrylic, he's perhaps gotten one that's similar. Kim says no pressure, Miguel. I don't think he feels any. He comes alive under pressure. Nicole says this is awesome.
Okay. Really? There we go. Lev is doing it again. Let me make sure that the camera. Okay. Thank you, Lev.
Thank you, Lev.
Can you take out the piece from the Rayjet, please? Thank you.
We want you guys to know, Miguel and I are fortunate enough to get to be on camera for this, but we have a huge team behind us that helps us make this possible. Miguel and I could not, I certainly could not make this happen, without Lev's help and the help of all the team here at Trotec Canada. If you get a chance to visit one of our showrooms, I mean, obviously I'm a little biased, but I would definitely recommend it. All of our team are top notch, and Miguel and I are really, really fortunate.
Right. Assembling. Now this one, actually, I think I went overboard in the little hole. Right. Oh, I should have got an opaque one. See, actually, this is translucent. Let me check.
Show me.
So it looks black. Right?
Oh, it looks like dark. You know what though? That's still cool. Like that's pretty great.
It's not fluorescent.
Oh, see, he's saying that it's not
It's
fluorescent.
not fluorescent. I know he's been signaling to me.
So do I have an opaque red here? I can try.
I think you could use the ADA.
All of them is translucent.
What's that red right in front of you? That one that has in his hands.
No, but the ADA is not the same thickness.
Thickness. True. The ADA is a Trolleys.
I mean, honestly, it's okay. The only thing here is that I picked up a translucent red instead of an opaque, right? So you guys can see.
I'm hearing in the chat that the Facebook video has stopped, but it's still showing as live on our end. Perhaps even refresh your browser and it may come back. But worst case, obviously, we will have the video posted to our YouTube channel, and I'm really sorry to hear that.
So,
I have a question for you from Bruce, but I really quickly wanted to post up Amy's comment here about using the Rayjet, that half the fun of it is that like, oh, moment when it first comes out of the machine. And we completely agree. That is, I mean, huge for any laser moment, I will say. But the Rayjet is one of our favorites because it creates like a really personal sort of, ooh, the sunflowers. Okay, here we go.
yeah, maybe.
So the Facebook...
I'm not going to make myself. Actually, you know what?
Tell you what, Miguel, do you want to do the sunflower during the week and we can post it up? Because I'm getting the clock stopper.
Clock stopper.
Yeah, I'm getting the signal that we might have to wrap it up for this week. But did you want to maybe do the sunflower during the week and we can try and post it up to Instagram?
Sure. Actually, I was gonna do the design now in like 2 minutes. So you guys can try it at home and actually do the sunflower. You can. It's something pretty easy, right? So circle. Any color that you want, brown here, and then you do another oval shape, and you click with the direct selection tool, right, in the top anchor, and you go here to convert anchor point to a corner, yeah, and you select that and justify to the middle. Let me see, yeah, okay, close to it, a bit bigger, then. And so you click R right here in this anchor point and hold Alt, go 10 degrees. You can actually, if you hold Alt and click here, you can put the actual angle that you want, right? So 15 degrees, preview, copy, and then you Control D. There you go.
So I wanted to just, sorry, Miguel, I apologize to interrupt. We're getting some comments about the Facebook video being stopped. It still is showing live on our end, so maybe just refresh your browser. We apologize about that. I'm not sure why that's happening, but it's still working okay from over here. So if you refresh your browser, you might get the video back. We're hoping.
Yes, and the other part, I may have done something wrong here. I'm not so sure, but like make it.
That looks great already, dude.
And oh crap!
Shoot.
And now, if you're lazy, you can select every other one.
Okay, it seems like it's back now. That's good. Let me ask you a quick question here, Miguel. I'm sorry to interrupt you while you're.
Yep.
But just that the Facebook video is back, and we had some comments on the Facebook video specifically asking for the answer to this question. They're asking for what's a good glue to put acrylic together at the edges or on angles and corners. That they tried Gorilla Super Glue and they get a bunch of residue from the fumes afterwards.
I never tried to glue acrylic with anything other than 3M, so unfortunately, it's something that I cannot really give you a clear answer.
3M is a good option, though, since you can get it pre-applied to your materials from Trotec if you so choose. Particularly the acrylics and stuff, you can always have it added to the back of the material when you purchase them at the checkout, and it'll be. I mean, it's kind of our go-to. Is that fair to say?
All the time. Something like this, and yeah. I had the time to actually finish this. It looked better, but like for you guys to understand what I'm doing here, everything that is yellowish would be one piece, and everything that is like brownish would be engraved. Right?
Yeah.
On top of that.
There we go. Maybe that's a challenge. If anybody wants to try out a sunflower during the week, like, you know, it's a good challenge. I think maybe if we have the chance, we'll try and do it ourselves. I would say I am getting a little note from the back that methyl chloride is really good for acrylic glue. And then we've also tried a product, I think that's called like Quick Weld or something sort of in that neighborhood, but methyl chloride is always sort of the go-to. Acrylic cement absolutely is another good one. Yes, methyl chloride is good for acrylic glue in the chat there. Thank you, Lev. So Miguel,
Yes.
do you want to show up the finished? Thank you, sir. Do you want to show up the finished products to the camera if you have them handy?
All right. Let's go. Have the piranha plant and the watermelon that looks a little bit black.
I like the watermelon. I think it's cool. It's edgy.
It's edgy.
Quick design question for you too, just to wrap things up. Kim is asking if CorelDRAW has similar shortcuts as you're showing there in Illustrator with the sunflower. She's still learning the program, curious if Illustrator would be easier for this type of project.
It's a preference kind of thing, right? Like when I started learning about graphic design in general, I started with the Adobe Suite, and it made it like second nature to me. But Corel definitely has these kinds of features, right? It's just rotating and copying, and cloning, let's say, every time that you do a movement. But all the shortcuts, and this is my personal bias, I prefer Illustrator. I feel like the way that the shortcuts are put on the keyboard are very like user friendly, like
Intuitive.
really intuitive, yeah, to use it. So that's my opinion, and I mean I can do this on Corel, but I don't know if I can do that as fast as I can do in Illustrator. Definitely not, like absolutely not. So
as Lev was pointing out there really quickly, we also have tutorials for Corel and other design softwares on our YouTube channel, so definitely check those out. But I think Miguel would agree that probably the best way to learn any software is just to play with it. So, doing projects like this with Corel, if you don't necessarily find the exact same shortcuts that Illustrator might have, Corel has other tools that Illustrator doesn't have, and you'll learn your way around just by doing projects. Is that a fair thing to say? I mean, that's how I learned Photoshop, Illustrator, all that stuff was just sort of, trying
it's always seems scarier than it is, honestly. It always seems scarier than it is. As soon as you understand the software, like the basics of the software, and I don't know, the logic behind what you're doing, you can tackle anything. And like every time that you research, right? Like, oh, how do I do patterns, for instance, when we're doing the bottles? It will look scary when you see the thumbnail of the video. You're like, oh my god, how am I going to do that? And well, in 5 minutes, he will explain to you how easy it is. You just need to understand what comes before that, like about copying it, about like cloning every time that you do a movement, and you can just preview and copy, Ctrl D, Ctrl D, so you get to that point, right?
And that's part of, I think, what we try to do with this stream too, is just to show you that approaching a new project on your laser, regardless of what software you want to use, doesn't have to be a scary thing either. That throwing Miguel a curveball is a chance for him to get sort of excited to try and do something, as opposed to nervous, or it's a new challenge, right? It's something for him to learn and work his head around. And you've learned stuff, I think, doing this challenge already, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And every time that we try to come up with a theme, I always try to find something that's challenging to actually do at the beginning, and train with it. Goes for the shadow boxes. Like the first shadow box that I made was weird. It was just like a moon and 4 pieces of wood, and then I iterated on that, and then I had a castle with the dragon flying, like mountains and stuff. Then we got the Redeemer and something else I don't remember right now. The Spirit Lake
in Alberta, yeah.
So it's always about iterating, right? You're always getting better when you're trying new stuff. You start really simple. I mean, this one honestly feels simple to me. When I saw the watermelon, I was like, oh, that's great. It's gonna be really easy to make, and it looks good. I just needed a opaque red. It's somewhere around here, but anyway. So,
I mean, to your point, I think there's something to be said too for iterating with the materials. And I hate to bring it back to materials because I'm the materials guy, but just also we have so many different materials available from engraving-supplies.ca. Definitely check them out and experiment, and please tag us on Instagram. Tag us for anything you try and do with the challenge, and we're very, very excited to repost you and learn more about the sort of projects that you guys are coming up with. Don't hesitate to shoot us inspiration. Don't hesitate to ask us tough questions, whatever it might be.
Yeah, and I'll try to come up with more creative stuff like this, every week. I think you guys like that a little bit more. More layers, inlaying and gluing and putting stuff together.
Definitely.
So yeah. Thank you.
We get challenged too. We get challenged too by seeing the work that you guys post up on Instagram, to be honest.
Yep.
You know, it's one thing when we see any of our customers
Look,
something really, really cool that they've made.
we're always looking forward for you guys to do something better than what I did. And
100%.
like,
100%.
Q to the 80s, his name?
That's
Eights
coaster.
bad coaster that Amy did, like 10 times better than what I did. So come up with that, and that, you know what? I'll be like, oh my god, I have to do something better next time. You know, like to keep up with our viewers. So yeah.
You guys, I think that is going to do it for us this week. We will be back next week. Definitely checking the inspiration from the Bitly link to see what sort of other ideas you guys have thrown us. We'll be trying to come up with some neat stuff. We'll be looking forward to seeing what you post on Instagram, on Twitter, all those different avenues, and looking forward to seeing you again next Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks, guys.